Yeah, please. Why don't you say your name and title for me?
I'm Yusuke Suzuki, President and CEO of Casio America Inc.
Perfect.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I just
talk
moved.
to me.
Yeah, I just moved in June from London. I was also a managing director there at Casio UK, and before that, I moved from Casio Italia, also managing director there. And before that, I was in Netherlands. I was at Casio Benelux, and also I was a managing director there. So, I was more or less was in Europe base. And before that, I started in Tokyo, and then also I have been in 11 and a half years in Germany. Really, most of the time I spent like in Europe. And
Okay.
at the beginning, I started with a watch planner. And then in the meantime, I got in charge for several product line. And now I'm happily having a new challenge in America from this June period.
What's your background in watches? Why were you interested in watches?
Yeah, to be honest, I'll be honest. When I okay, I'm now working for Casio for more than 30 years, so I think I entered like in
hmm
'93, and at the time,
hmm
to be honest, I wasn't sure which division I'm gonna go to, but I just wanted to be in charge for the overseas, let's say. So rather than which product, I was interested in to work for the overseas area, and then
hmm
I was in charge for timepiece. So since then, I got long history of timepiece, but in the meantime, also I got in charge for digital camera and all other products. Yeah, so that's how I started at Casio headquarters in Japan.
But what's your favorite product line?
Yeah, now to be honest, it's gonna be for sure watch because I'm more long living there and in this field, and I think Casio offers variety of products of timepiece, starting from really affordable watch to a little bit more into the higher segment. So I'm happy that we are handling several product line so that we can be also every month having new products, which makes me also excited, and also I can have in touch with many customers, a lot of end users. So I'm really happy to offer also those products from our side.
And you've been working in multiple regions, really. I mean, you could argue that Germany and each one of those separate, is it UK or separate? But tell me what the differences are that you've noticed in their different regions when it comes to what's more popular, what sells the best, how you market to that market.
Yeah. So obviously in Europe, the Swiss the manufacturer is the strongest there. So it's their kind of a home area, and Japanese manufacturers are more visitors. So like in Japan, maybe Casio, Seiko, Shizun is strong there. But in Europe, when I was working in Europe, we were kind of away or kind of visitors. So that was firstly, I think I won't say a disadvantage, but challenge how to tackle those European manufacturers, Swiss manufacturers. In common, what we can say is that we had kind of unique product lines. It's not that the market is maybe more 90% is more analog, 90% is more mechanical, or maybe 90% is more metal watch. While our product line is other way around, that we are having kind of a unique position. So that made us strong or different to other Swiss manufacturers or other competitors. So one thing in common is that we could have a nice product range to tackle those competitors. That is, I think, the strongest point we had.
The Casio has always been seen as sort of like I guess you could say like a counterculture, or sort of a alternative brand for I guess I mean musicians, ravers, that sort of thing. And how do you position yourself into that market while still maintaining? I mean, it's all technical elegance, right? And it's, excellence. These things are designed to survive mud and dirt and falls and everything. And but still, they're very popular with like a youth culture. How do you build a watch that does both?
Yeah. I think our product philosophy for G-Shock is, let's say, absolute toughness. And also there's a mind of, as you may well know, that never give up stories behind. So from when we founder, the person who created this watch is, as you know, Mr. Ibe, and he was kind of a never give up philosophy he had. For hundreds of time, he threw this G-Shock from the third, fourth floor from the building and not have broken that watch. So the philosophy is coming from never give up. Also, there's a lot of musicians or sports athletes who has a kind of mind of never give up, that they won't be beaten by their challenges. So first of all, I think that kind of unique way of philosophy had kind of a synergy or kind of a sympathy, let's say, from those musicians or athletes. And on top of not only from the function wise, but also we tried to have kind of one side having a technology, but one side also give kind of offering a emotional value, let's say emotional value together with the design. So I think that both functional value and emotional value is working to offer the status of G-Shock to also those variety of end users.
How do you sell new G-Shocks into America? What are your strategies?
Yeah, since not like G-Shock is starting from now, that as you may know that it's we are having history here in G-Shock, and also let's say it's kind of a G-Shock boom in Japan started from the commercial TV commercial coming from America, hitting like an ice hockey puck, and then the watch didn't break. So I think G-Shock is well known or supported in America. My also our team from the past has kind of marketed into the market. So it's not that I'm doing something, but as you know, the market is changing always, and also the users are becoming more wide variety, seeking for something new. So of course that will be our kind of not a new challenge, but something we have to explore. So especially nowadays, how, for example, I think not only us but all the brands is thinking how we can catch Gen Z's mind, let's say. So from that point of view, of course, we try to have a direct communication with them, having our D2C platform or having our G-Shock direct store, also try to know more about Gen Z. So, and we try to communicate to those Gen Z with having more direct contact, and also having a survey and having more information from also the other area, what kind of customer journey they are having. In such a way, we try to also make further support from the new generations.
What do you hope to achieve in America? Do you have any changes that you're planning or any new styles?
Yeah, in principle, we want to be I want to have our it's a little bit vague, but coolest brand, let's say coolest brand to be in the mind of the end users. And, recently, it's not only G-Shock, but we are also having a kind of a big early support for our other Casio collections, the face of vintage, or really the products starting from $30-40. So I think also that is kind of being supported because it's kind of not only value for money, but also the design is also matching to those, not only for the kind of adults, but also for the younger generation, and also from the ladies or females. So also now we are having a, let's say, a fair good sales for those vintage Casio collection, so-called we are calling, not only G-Shock.
What was your
My
do you remember?
Yeah, to be honest, also I will confess, when I first had the interview before entering Casio, I was not wearing a watch.
No. Oh my God.
At the time, so I borrowed the watch. I think that was F30 or those digital basic one. But okay, after entering to Casio, yeah, I wore G-Shock, and I'm still now wearing. This is a kind of MRG which when I left, departed UK, my colleagues engraved some message into the back of my watch back case. But normally I'm wearing more 5000 series resin basic one for like 10 years more nowadays.
Wow, nice. So you're eating your own dog food.
Yeah, basically I'm wearing Casio watch for sure.
How do you see Casio continuing to differentiate itself from competitors in an increasingly connected and digital marketplace?
How do you keep people from using these, right? How do you keep people wearing watches instead of using phones, right?
Okay. Yeah, this is let's say from like 10, 15, 20 years ago, that it has been already said that when smartphone comes, watch market's gonna shrink. Yeah, indeed, watch market quantity has a little bit shrunk, and maybe smartwatch has grown. But nowadays, I think smartwatch number of supply is worldwide getting somehow to the, how to say, if my English is correct, I'm not sure. Is
plateauing,
yeah,
or
it's not growing
it's
anymore.
flat.
Yeah. On the other hand, I think as mentioned, our watch has not been, to be honest, so much influenced by a smartphone watch, because again, maybe I think because we are firstly offering a kind of good, not only as a watch, but also it's kind of becoming a kind of body, how do you call, kind of one of your body, like hands, or I don't know how to
Oh
say it,
yeah, so
because yeah,
an appendage,
yeah,
Yep.
because I think again, I think our design is also not only by the functions, but also by designs, and it is matching to those end users, and it's also value for money. So there is a certain differentiation versus a smartwatch, and if you have watch on your wrist, also it stands out. So I think we are not being influenced by smartphone.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, very cool.
Sorry for my poor English. I hope my English